So this is the new form factor device from Samsung. This is, weird naming scheme here, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. So previously, if you followed along the Z Fold series, like the 7, 6 before it, was all in this style form factor. So this naming scheme has now changed to the Z Fold 8 Ultra. So think of like Ultra device because it technically has like 3 cameras. It's larger, has a bit of a bigger battery, and of course is more expensive. And the new form factor that has, I don't want to say been demoted, but now that follows through with the naming scheme. So this is now just called the Z Fold 8. And of course we have the Flip 8, which I won't even talk about in this video, but I think a lot of people will wonder which of these two devices to get, which one is, kind of better for you, and I'll try to kind of break it down in the best way. So let's talk about the new device, obviously. So this has an interesting aspect ratio. So if you haven't used a passport style phone before, I happened to use one when I was in China, the Huawei Pure X, I believe. We also have other phones from other brands coming out with something similar to this later in this year, but this has a very cool form factor and a lot more of a usable aspect ratio in my opinion. So if we take a look at the cover screen, so this is 5.5 inches, it's 10 by 16. So this is a lot more usable than the thinner one found on the Ultra. Both technically do the exact same thing. You can still navigate through the entire phone with either, but I find this thinner form factor, this thinner aspect ratio, it's 21 by 9. Like if you're watching a regular like YouTube video, you can see it's, I don't want to say like unusable, but it becomes super tiny and the rest of the device is pretty much, other, I guess, like relevant information, even when you unfold it. So the big thing around this phone is the fact that you can multitask with this. You technically can, obviously, with like multi-window, but a lot of this phone, even if you change it to the largest like form factor, people are like, oh, you can watch movies. Yes, but look at the size of these black bars on this. Like this is only really useful if you watch it in a smaller like form factor. This is actually great here. When you can kind of swipe through, you can see other content that you want to watch next. You can kind of view the comments. If you have different windows open, you're doing different things. Say you're watching like the World Cup and you want to chat, talk smack with your friends in a different window. That's where this is useful. Like multitasking is key on this. Maybe not so much for watching content, which is what this device was originally out for. With the newer like Fold 8 now, this is where this kind of content really shines. And for example, on the cover display, perfect for short form video. So if you like to, scroll the endless loops of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts as an example, this form factor is great. And then when you want to switch to the inside, this is 4:3. And when you watch longer form content, once again, we'll go back to that same YouTube video, you notice those black bars, not as thick, not as chunky. And this for watching content, for watching movies, for watching shows, I think is a lot better. And even when you flip this vertically, I think this becomes like a great e-reader if you like to read books. And even if you're browsing the net, this form factor I think is a lot better. And you can still use this technically in one hand. You got to have like Shaq style hands, like really big palms if you want to use this, one-handed use. So that's, my obviously like personal opinion on a folding device. Like whenever I get a new Fold series from Samsung, like this typical one before, I use it for a bit and then I find that the aspect ratio is just a bit off for me. Use this new passport style one, use the new Galaxy Fold like 8. I think this one is going to become the better sell. Technically it's cheaper, but why it doesn't carry the Ultra name. So this is where the compromise is. So the big one, which you see on the back, you've got the 3 cameras similar to the S26 Ultra. So you've got the 200 megapixel main, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and the 10 megapixel telephoto. Technically, the S26 Ultra still has that extra 50 megapixel telephoto. You can see we've got an extra lens. And over on the Fold 8, you've just got the 2, and that's a 50 megapixel wide and a 50 megapixel ultra wide. So the main camera isn't as sharp. Unfortunately, it's not the same 200 megapixel sensor and technically safer battery life. So you have 5,000 milliamps over on the Fold 8 Ultra, which is new this year. It's 11% thinner than before. This one only has 4,800 milliamps and you technically get like 1 hour less of video playback. Not the biggest deal. Both technically have the same chipset on the inside. So Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy, so slightly better tuned. They've got the same like RAM on the inside. You can still spec both of them with either 12 or 16 gigs and both go up to 1 terabyte. Whereas sadly, once again, on the Flip that has removed the 1 terabyte option. And you can sadly only get this up to 12 gigs of RAM, and maybe the thing that will sway you in the direction. So we'll quickly touch upon color. So the colorways that remain the same across both, so that is the cream, which I'm holding in the Ultra, and the graphite, which I'm holding in the Fold 8. So those two standard colors are the same. The hero colors this year are on the hue of purple. So over here, this is lavender, and on the Ultra, I get confused because they're both pretty dark. This one is violet shadow, so a very dark shade of purple, almost like a dark wine, dark cherry. And if you go into the online exclusives, I know that you can get pistachio over on this side and green shadow over on the Ultra. The screen resolutions are slightly different, obviously because of the different form factors, but are very similar. So you still have a full HD plus on the cover screen for both and a QXGA plus screen on the inside. Both of these displays are dynamic AMOLED 2X. Both are up to 120 Hertz. Quality of displays, even though one having the Ultra name isn't, any better or any worse than the other. The crease is barely there, but they share a very similar like folding mechanism. And compared to the last gen of say the Ultra, this is the thinnest folding device. It's 11% lighter, 27% thinner than the Z Fold 6. And new to this year, both have a 20%, well, I guess technically this new one can't be 20% because it's the newest gen device, but it has this slight little concave, this gap, which just makes it easier to open up if you want to use it with one hand. And actually for the new Fold 8, this is the world's lightest folding device at 201 grams. So obviously the form factor is there. I can full-heartedly say that folding devices are at that point where you can recommend them. They're good, they are robust, they don't have that weird little gap on the inside. And the fact that another brand we know that's coming out with its first folding device, we know that folding devices are here to stay. The biggest question is the form factor. So are you gonna go passport style, a bit more suited for social media, or if you are a true believer in the larger, thinner, Ultra form factor, let me know down below in the comments. But wanted to make this video nice and quick just to kind of compare both. I think a lot of people will be deciding between either the Ultra or the standard Z Fold 8. Hope you guys enjoyed my coverage. I'm at Galaxy Unpacked this entire week with Samsung. A lot of more content dropping, so make sure you subscribe, follow for more, all that good stuff. And if you want to see any more coverage, let me know. I'll catch you in one of those videos. Peace.